These are the 6 powerful exercises that work every major muscle in just a single move. Are you over 50 and finding that energy is lower, balance feels off, or everyday activities are getting harder? The challenge isn't aging itself, but often unbalanced exercise routines that neglect how your body works as a whole. These 6 exercises work your entire body through essential movement patterns, building the functional fitness you need to stay strong and independent. Here's what most fitness programs get wrong for people our age. They don't tell you how to progress safely on your own. Most programs assume you have a trainer to adjust weights, reps, and difficulty. You're left guessing when to advance, often doing too much too soon, or staying stuck at the same level. These 6 exercises have clear, self-guided progression paths. They are simple enough to master on your own, with clear form cues you can actually follow. All of these work together as a complete system. Let's start with the most accessible and build up from there. Exercise number 1, Farmer's Walk. The Farmer's Walk might look simple, but it's one of the most functional exercises you can do. This movement works your grip, forearms, shoulders, core, and legs all at once, while improving your posture and balance. Here's why this matters after 50. Carrying groceries, luggage, or grandchildren requires this exact pattern. But there's something even more important. Grip strength is directly linked to longevity and independence as we age. Research shows that grip strength is one of the most powerful predictors of healthy aging. A major analysis of over 3 million participants found that every 5-kilogram decrease in grip strength corresponds to about a 16% higher risk of death from any cause. Strong grip strength isn't just about opening jars. It's a biomarker for your overall health and vitality. To do it correctly, grab 2 weights. Dumbbells, kettlebells, or even heavy bags work fine. Hold them at your sides with your arms straight. Pull your shoulders back and down, engage your core like someone's about to tap you in the stomach, and walk forward with controlled steps. Keep your head up, not looking at your feet. Your steps should be deliberate, not rushed. You should feel your entire body working to maintain good posture while moving. The biggest mistakes I see are hunching the shoulders forward, using weights that are too heavy and compromise your form, or walking too fast and losing control. Start with about 20 to 30% of your body weight total. So if you weigh 150 pounds, use about 15 to 20 pounds in each hand. Walk for 30 to 50 feet, rest for 60 seconds, and repeat 3 to 4 times. As you get stronger, increase either the weight or the distance, but never sacrifice your posture. To learn more about the benefits of Farmer's Walk in detail, we have a whole video about it. I've added the link in the description. Now let's move on. Exercise number 2, Push-ups to downward dog. This combination gives you the best of both worlds, upper body strength and flexibility in one movement. The push-up works your chest, shoulders, and triceps, while the downward dog stretches your hamstrings, calves, and shoulders. This is particularly valuable after 50 because it addresses 2 common issues: weakening upper body strength and tightening posterior chain from too much sitting. Start in a plank position with your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. Perform a controlled push-up. If you can't do a full push-up from your toes, drop to your knees or do them against a wall or elevated surface. After the push-up, push your hips up and back, forming an inverted V with your body. This is the downward dog position. Your heels don't need to touch the ground, just reach them toward the floor. Hold this position for 2 to 3 breaths, then return to plank and repeat. The key is making the transition smooth, not rushed. You should feel the push-up working your upper body, then a nice stretch through the back of your legs and spine in the downward dog. Common mistakes include rushing through the movement, not getting full range of motion on the push-up, or forcing the stretch in downward dog. Let your body ease into the positions. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions, holding the downward dog for 2 to 3 breaths each time. Focus on quality over quantity. This movement is as much about mobility as it is strength. Exercise number 3, Kettlebell Swing. The kettlebell swing is a powerhouse movement that targets your glutes, hamstrings, core, and shoulders while giving you a cardiovascular workout. It's essentially a hip hinge pattern, the same movement you use when picking something up off the floor. This exercise is crucial for people over 50 because it strengthens the posterior chain muscles that often weaken from prolonged sitting, and it teaches proper lifting mechanics to prevent back injury. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, holding the kettlebell with both hands. The movement starts with your hips, not your knees. Push your hips back, like you're trying to close a car door with your backside, letting the kettlebell swing back between your legs. Then drive your hips forward explosively, squeezing your glutes hard. This hip snap is what propels the kettlebell up to about shoulder height. Your arms are just along for the ride. The most common mistake is treating this like a squat. This is a hip hinge movement. Your knees bend slightly, but the power comes from your hips, moving back and forward, not up and down. Start with a lighter kettlebell. 15 to 20 pounds is plenty to learn the movement. Focus on the hip hinge pattern first. Do 10 to 15 swings, rest for 60 seconds, and repeat for 3 sets. The goal is to feel your glutes and hamstrings working, not your lower back or arms. This exercise is so effective that I've dedicated an entire video to it. You'll also find the link in the description below. Exercise number 4, pull-ups. Pull-ups are the ultimate upper body pulling exercise, working your lats, rhomboids, rear delts, and biceps. They're also excellent for grip strength and core stability. I know what you're thinking, I can't do a pull-up. That's okay. Very few people over 50 can do full pull-ups right away, and that's completely fine. We're going to work with progressions. The pulling pattern is essential because it counteracts all the forward posture we develop from daily activities. Strong pulling muscles help maintain good posture and shoulder health. If you can do full pull-ups, grab the bar with your hands, slightly wider than shoulder width, hang with your arms fully extended, then pull yourself up until your chin clears the bar. Lower yourself with control. For most people over 50, start with assisted versions. Use a resistance band looped over the bar and under your knees, or use an assisted pull-up machine if you have access to one. Even better for beginners, inverted rows. Lie under a bar or use suspension straps. Grab the bar with your body at an angle and pull your chest toward the bar. The more upright your body, the easier it becomes. Start where you can complete 5 to 8 repetitions with good form. Whether that's assisted pull-ups, inverted rows, or wall slides, doesn't matter. Consistency and progression matter. If pull-ups are on your fitness goals and you currently can't do any, I've created a complete guide for going from 0 to 10 pull-ups in the fastest way possible. I'll put the link in the description for the video as well. Exercise number 5, thrusters. The thruster combines a squat with an overhead press, making it one of the most comprehensive full-body exercises you can do. It works your legs, glutes, core, shoulders, and arms, while teaching your body to transfer power from your lower body through your core to your upper body. This movement pattern shows up constantly in daily life. Think about standing up from a chair and reaching something overhead, or getting up from the ground and lifting something above your head. Hold weights at shoulder height with your elbows pointing down. Your feet should be shoulder width apart. Squat down as if you're sitting back into a chair, keeping your chest up and your weight on your heels. As you stand up from the squat, use that momentum to press the weights overhead. The key is making this one fluid movement, not a squat followed by a separate press. Lower the weights back to your shoulders as you prepare for the next squat. The movement should flow smoothly without pauses. The biggest mistakes are using too much weight, not squatting deep enough, or separating the squat and press into 2 distinct movements instead of one flowing pattern. Start with light weights, even 5 to 10 pound dumbbells or just your body weight. Focus on the coordination and the full range of motion. Do 8 to 10 repetitions for 3 sets, resting 90 seconds between sets. If squatting is challenging, use a chair behind you as a guide or hold on to something for balance while you learn the movement. Exercise number 6, Romanian deadlifts. The Romanian deadlift is often called the king of hip hinge exercises because it targets your glutes, hamstrings, lower back, upper back, and core. More importantly, it teaches you how to lift objects safely by hinging at your hips, a skill that becomes increasingly important as we age. This is the movement pattern you use every time you pick something up, whether it's groceries, a grandchild, or laundry. Learning to do it correctly can prevent back injuries and keep you independent. Start by holding weights at hip level. Dumbbells, kettlebells, or even a loaded backpack works fine. Stand with your feet hip width apart, holding the weight close to your body. The key is the hip hinge. Push your hips back like you're trying to close a car door with your backside, keeping your chest up and your back straight. Lower the weight by pushing your hips back, not by bending your knees. You should feel a stretch in your hamstrings. The weight should stay close to your legs throughout the movement. Imagine you're shaving your legs with the weight. Lower until you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings, usually around mid-shin level, then drive your hips forward to return to standing. At the top, stand tall with your shoulders back and squeeze your glutes. This hip drive is what makes the movement powerful and safe. The most critical aspect is keeping your spine neutral, no rounding your back. If you can't maintain good form, you're going too low or the weight is too heavy. For beginners over 50, start with bodyweight hip hinges. Practice pushing your hips back while keeping your chest up until the movement feels natural. Then progress to light dumbbells, focusing on the hip hinge pattern rather than how low you can go. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions using a weight that challenges you but allows perfect form. Rest 2 to 3 minutes between sets and do 3 sets total. Once you've mastered the Romanian deadlift and built good strength, you can progress to conventional deadlifts that start from the floor. But the Romanian version gives you all the benefits with better form control. Now, here's how to safely and effectively build these 6 exercises into your weekly routine. Start with a simple foundation for the first 2 weeks by focusing on just 3 exercises: farmer's walk, push-ups to downward dog, and kettlebell swings. Aim to do these twice a week with at least 1 full rest day in between. This combination covers pushing, carrying, and hip hinge movements to prepare your body. In weeks 3 and 4, introduce pull-ups or a variation of it. You'll now be doing 4 exercises twice weekly, balancing push, pull, carry, and hinge movements. Weeks 5 and 6 bring in thrusters, making 5 exercises twice a week. To keep workouts manageable, split them into 2 sessions. 1 day for farmer's walk, push-ups to downward dog, and thrusters. The other for kettlebell swings and pull-ups. This split helps balance your training and recovery. From week 7 onwards, add deadlifts to complete your 6 exercise system. Alternate between 2 workouts, one with farmer's walk, push-ups to downward dog, and deadlifts. The other with kettlebell swings, pull-ups, and thrusters. Space your workouts with at least 1 rest day to allow proper recovery. Rest is essential because muscles grow and rebuild during rest, not workouts. So take full rest days and listen to your body. If soreness or fatigue feels strong, take an extra rest day. Progress gradually by adding weight, repetitions, or distance only when you can maintain perfect form. After 50, consistency matters more than intensity. Finally, remember some days you'll feel strong and ready to push harder, and other days it's perfectly fine to go lighter or take it easier. Both are important for sustainable progress and lifelong strength. These 6 exercises give you everything you need: pushing, pulling, squatting, hinging, and carrying. Together, they build balanced strength across all your major muscle groups and movement patterns. What does your fitness routine look like at the moment? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to help you work through it. If this systematic approach to balanced training makes sense to you, subscribe for more evidence-based fitness content designed specifically for people after 50. See you in the next video.